Hi everyone, my name is Alok Patel, and today I'm going to be talking about financial literacy in high schools. So this topic, it's really important to me because it pretty much affects everyone at some point in their lives, whether it's like budgeting, dealing with loans, or managing credit cards. There are obviously things that everyone eventually has to figure out. So what I'm going to be focusing in on this presentation is not just about how financial literacy should be taught, but also about how it's currently taught and the issues with the current system. So what does this topic matter? Financial literacy, as I mentioned before, is something a lot of students don't really think about it until it's too late. Many students graduate without understanding basic things like how to budget, how a credit card works, and how loans and interest add up over time. Because of that, a lot of people end up dealing with debt, stress, and poor financial decisions early in the adulthood. And this topic is also really personal to me because as a student, I know I'm going to be dealing with things like loans, bills, and credit cards very soon. And on top of that, I'm the only English speaker in my household. So I'm obviously helping my family with things like taxes, scheduling appointments, and handling important communication. So already seen how important these skills are in real life. And I feel like schools don't fully prepare students for that. And one of the biggest issues is that a lot of people don't simply understand basic financial concepts. Research has shown that many individuals struggle with things like interest rates, inflation, and managing money. Because of that, they're more likely to make poor financial decisions. Another important point is that a lot of teens already feel unprepared for their financial future. That shows that this isn't just a small issue, it's something students are aware of but not being properly taught. For example, a study by Anna Maria Lusardi shows that people with more financial knowledge tended to make better financial decisions overall. So the evidence clearly shows that financial literacy has real world effects and not just in theory. And the opposing view. So even though like adding financial literacy, it may not like be really effective because like I acknowledge the opposing point of view because the way it's taught is really inconsistent across all schools. Some schools might offer a full year course while others might barely even teach it for a semester. And another problem would be that many teachers might not be specifically trained in those financial topics, which makes it hard to teach the material in a practical way. And a lot of the classes might just focus on general ideas rather than any real life situations. So students might just like learn definitions but not actually learn how to apply them. So like filling taxes, managing bills, or using credit cards responsibility. So the issue won't just be about access to knowledge, it's also going to be about the quality and the structure about how the knowledge is being taught. So my counter argument is that because this is not really gonna like improve anything, and because students schools may already have too many required classes, adding more would obviously be the best ideas, and I do acknowledge that. But at the same time, like skills like budgeting, managing credit cards, and saving money, and understanding loans is extremely important. And these are things that students will use almost immediately after graduation. So instead of removing financial literacy in schools, maybe just focus on improving how it's taught. So still like make it a semester or a yearly requirement, but instead use more real life examples like how to pay bills, understand taxes, and how to maximize your credit score in the future. So what are my final thoughts? So essentially, I mean, taking everything into account, financial literacy is just too important to ignore. Right now, many students are leaving high school without the knowledge they need to manage their finances, which can lead to long-term problems like debt and financial stress. And even though financial literacy is starting to be included in schools, it's clear that the current approach is not as effective. So instead of removing these courses, maybe you should just focus on improving them and making them more practical and more consistent and more focused on real life skills. If schools can do that, I think students will be much better prepared for the financial challenges they'll likely face in the future. And these are some of the sources I used in my research. I focus on studies, reports, and articles that explain both the importance of financial literacy as well as the issues associated with them.